Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 2275. I'm your host, Arwin. And before I start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go links are in the description box below, or send me a super chat over at the Rumble live chat, or subscribe to my channel. Any support would be greatly appreciated. Right. Weather today is great. There's still trailing though, but I don't know. It doesn't seem as pronounced as it was yesterday and the day before. But I mean, undeniable, it is slightly hazy because of it. can especially see that more at the horizon. It's more white, just hazy. Oh, chemtrails are white supremacists. Not talking about them, but the actual chemtrails, they make the sky white. I see this as a problem. Hey, hello, Seeking Starwater, first in chat, good to see you. I just figured it out, guys. Chemtrails are white supremacists, they make the sky white. Just saying. Right. Okay, yeah, good luck, Seeking Starwater. Thanks for popping by and saying hello. It's got an appointment. Let's get crazy and put it in the title. I mean, why not? Yeah. Let's get controversial today. Oh, how dare I meddle with the forces of woke? You could even call it a force, but might not be a force, but you could think of it as a force. Very, very weak force. It's kind of like gravity. Thank God that woke, when it goes up, must come down. Right, anyway, that's kind of a silly start. It literally just popped into my mind. Whatever. If something else comes up, then I'll just change the title. But yeah, I feel pretty good. The appointment went well. Turns out Arwen was right after all. So that was a relief. I just get way too nervous about these things, like way more than I should be. It's just always been an issue with me. Started around when I was 12. And then, like, everybody thought, including myself and my parents, like, yeah, I would grow over it. Seems like it's not really growing over it. Right? So it's just something I have to deal with, and I mean, I can live with that. It can just be a little bit unnerving. Anyway. It's a good thing to know that, like, despite the nerves, my assessments are usually very good, but then it's just that my feeling system basically doesn't listen to my intellect. So even if I can, like, yeah, I can be very sure that this is going to be alright. And then it's like, okay, thank God. But it still could go wrong. That kind of thing happens. It's very tedious. But you learn to live with it. And it's very rare that my assessment intellectually is wrong about these things. I just wish my feelings would actually just learn to just listen to that. Stop stop diverting energy to that kind of activity. It's very difficult. But I mean, when I'm very occupied and have a lot of things to do, it does kind of go away, because I think it probably has to do with energy manifestation, that I just living the way I do. I have a lot of excess energy. Right, but once I actually start to tap into that, I will also then need more food. So it's like, yeah, I still want the activity, but I can't really accommodate for it. So then you get like nerves about things. It's like they become more exciting than they should be, I guess, to simulate going through more tough things, so that you at least go through that, because you need to go through that with your spirit in order to like have a point to yourself. Like if you don't, if you completely freeze up and you lose all hope, well, then you get depressed. So it is kind of a system, I guess, but I mean, it is irritating to me and to other people potentially, right? But yeah, I do just get more nervous about things than I should get. Or you could compare it to the grass on the other side is just blindingly green to me. Once I get there, once I get used to it, like then usually it's not that much of a big deal anymore. But like it's always like very, very green on the other side of the fence for me. Alright. Anyway, enough about that. Things are good. Show yesterday was pretty good, I thought. Glad to like basically redefine these things. Like the title. Glad to be able to put it in a title like that now. Right? What is this new world order? The Trotskyite Jacobin Jesuit globalist order. You should probably add Marxist to it too, but I mean Trotskyite are Marxists, so it's like a bit overkill. But you could like point at every one of those groups and derive their setup, their tactics, their mind control tactics for the public and themselves is a big part of it. And then see how they are all conjoined and applied in this insane satanic new world order, right? Satanic is a very overgeneralized phrase these days. Can mean a lot of different things. And that's why it's actually good to try to pin it down to more specific historical groups that are more clearly defined and historically written about, to provide clarity, because just calling them satanic, I mean, that means different things to different people. Just like Jews. I mean, that's even worse with Jews. Like, what the hell does that even mean, right? There's all kinds of different things, and they wildly contrast. Right, anyway, chemtrails are white supremacists. It's established now. And it's should be careful what I even bring up like that. I mean, technically, theoretically, black people are gonna suffer more under chemtrails than white people, because they already have like all this. They're used to more sunlight. It's gonna block sunlight. It's actually kind of true. And I mean, look who's part of it. Bill Gates. I mean, that guy is, I mean, he's like anti-human supremacist more. It's like just no supremacy of anything. Anti-human, but you could definitely mark him as a white supremacist. Like, once you get over that you kind of started on his side unbewittingly. All you lefties. So yeah, right. Maybe it's time to break free. I mean, I'd like to see this, what is it? The crazy people that glue themselves to the road and all that. What are they called again? Extinction Rebellion. Like, I'd like to see them no more white supremacy in the sky. I like to see them actually do chemtrail protests. Because, I mean, duh. Like, are you just mercenaries to whatever that you are being told by total undead corporations and big money of Satanists? Just whatever the fuck it is that you're supposed to say? Are you just gonna parrot? Or are you actually serious about this thing you've dedicated so much of your social life to? Right? Like, why did you go protest something that's actually would have a point? Environmentalist wise. So yeah, there you go. I'm meddling with affairs that none of my business. But I'm doing it anyway. Because why not? Right? You gotta try to find a way through. It's an old-fashioned Arwinian left field move. But I mean, you could literally like talk to those people from Extinction Rebellion and bring this up and like explain it to them. Like, yeah, now you can actually reason it out. Chemtrails are white supremacists. It has more detriment on black people. On anything, like the darker the skin, the more detriment it'll have. Besides, like, potentially ruining everything in the soil and all that. But I mean, you know, when they're overly focused on one specific type of thing and reason, well then, maybe you should just accommodate that in this particular instance and get their attention that way. Right? So yeah, I'm joking, but I'm also not really joking. It's like, hey, they're existing, right? They're gonna do something. Why not let them do something that actually has a point? I mean, I feel sad for all these environmentalist leftists that they just want to do their thing and matter. And yeah, you could just make fun of how ridiculous they are and how they don't really know what they're talking about. Or, like, maybe actually help them give a bit of direction again. Because they got trapped in this top-down direction giving from obvious people that don't give a shit about the environment. They're just playing out agendas and anti-human agendas even. Why not give the left just some real goals to deal with again? Like the anti-GMO protests that I also took part in, like in the early 2000s. Very proud that I did that. Very happy about it. Like, also because it succeeded. Like, very happy about that. Like, that was a good thing. Like, that made me proud to be liberal. Because it was actually liberal and not just satanic pretending to be good and for freedom and all that. when it still meant something. Before it all became about LGBT crap exclusively. I mean, they were already like among us, among those people, but they would be like, yeah, we're just doing our thing and we're just like dealing with society. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of get it. Like gay struggle, like, okay, that's fine. Like, just don't hit on me if you're a guy, right? But then in the decade after that, it just became a brown shirt hell, all of it. And they all became so aggressive and so triggered and insane. Like, it became a thing to just act out completely insane in public. Like, they weren't doing that before. The only times people would, like, LGBTQ would get like that is if they were actually flipping out. And then the others, if they were there, would usually like protect them and like get them away from the fight and like what you're supposed to do. And like I could actually have sympathy for that. Like, these people do have inner struggles. That is serious. It's not just a joke. But then it just changed into like, no, let's weaponize that trigger ability and just like throw it out in protest and like go completely apeshit. And get high level anxiety, cortisol triggering going on all the time. And like, what the fuck is this shit, man? That was like the group that I sort of associate with, just like suddenly like shifting into like blatant dark side shit. Like, you could compare it to like, well, Star Wars, the prequels, like Anakin. You kind of have sympathy for him. Like, you get it, like what's happening, even if he does like bad decisions. But then like the younglings, right? We all know that. And then it's like, yeah, you can't really have sympathy. Like, just too far, man. You went way overboard. Like, you can't get back from that. And that was kind of like that with the SJW scene, which wasn't that political even yet. It was kind of political, but not so weaponized. Right. Anyway, I don't know how I'm coming onto this subject all of a sudden. But I mean, my background back then, it is so weird to now look back at all that. That I kind of was sort of an SJW, but like absolutely nothing like what you're seeing. Like, I'd just be always like, I want to be really reasonable about it. Like, I want to actually have that everybody can be themselves. Like, I'm holding on to that old, I guess 90s still liberal idea of like, no, we could just actually get along. And if you can't get along, then at least keep your distance and let them be at peace. Like, don't go seeking fights and shit. Actual peace. Which means you're gonna have to accept that there are like people that you're not gonna like or completely disagree with. Right, but I mean, it's a giant mess now because all the like, instead of just learning to get along like together, the group started to balkanize, like to form their own like political factions that are like isolationist from the others, like not wanting to get together and becoming more exclusive, their group centered, and like all the people under them too. And I mean, it's just like, that original idea of multiculturalism is just, it's broken. Like, it could have worked out. And I mean, I bet in some countries it still kind of does work out, but it's because there is a lot of immigration control. Like, the mass migration shit, this uncontrolled migration, and like funding them a lot. Just giving them free stuff, and like it's overkill. And like, that is really the thing that has broken multiculturalism, right? Because you could just oppose it and be like, no, we really need a more homogenous society, and like, you can do that. I have nothing against doing that if that makes that society functional. Right. But it always comes down to migration control, and if you have a multicultural society already, kind of, which we did here already 20 years ago and more, that can work. But if then media starts to balkanize everything and just culturally weaponize people against one another, yeah, then multiculturalism will not work. It just creates more friction and more issues, and like, oh, this area is off limits for this group and that area is off limits for that group. Like, it just kind of turns it into like a prison society, because that's how it works in prisons. Like, they do that. So, like, what kind of society is that? This is completely pointless. Right. Anyway, and everybody gets it. And I just hope that the left will also, like, get it. Because I get people's, certain liberals' fascination to obsession level with, like, certain type of foreign people, which they're like, wow, I really love this type of African. I'm like, sounds weird, but I kind of get it. But then, if that means like, oh, we have to like let complete uncontrolled total migration just to have a couple of those nice people around, I mean, that's just super selfish. Right? If you want to basically import certain type of families or whatever, which you're like, oh, I really love to have these people around, like, well, you can just legally arrange something like that, right? Like, Elon likes his Indians. Like, he likes them as workers. He's finding a lot of useful tech workers, I guess, in India. But he does it legally. And, like, that can still work. It will still work. Alright, anyway. Today is a show about the left. The left. Can it still be redeemed? I mean, the mind control spell from the globalist order is waning, and then the left are basically, I don't want to be mean in this particular case, but it is kind of like orcs losing the will of Sauron to guide them, basically. Like, well, they're going to be there. What are you going to do, right? Well, might just as well find another way, adapt, like maybe get back to a more previous program. Right? I bet that the orcs, before they all became bound by Sauron, that before Sauron came there, I don't know, did Sauron himself create the orcs, or did they already exist? If they already existed before Sauron, or some previous evil creation or whatever, they might have had like autonomous culture and will and tribal habits. So it's like, hey, orcs, Sauron's dead, right? yeah, drop all this imperial shit and like get back to forming tribes. Try to get back the old culture, and because then at least you're not just all gonna die. Like, you don't have to be sick and evil and destroy everything. Right, I'm trying to be very liberal and tolerant to the orcs. So it's like, you could do this. Right, all this imperial shit, it was really never that good anyway. Like, yeah, you had a certain type of power maybe doing these things, but like, people really hated you for it, dude. Like, really bad. Like, worse than other type of empires. Like, the whole thing about empires is that it usually is like the people that are running it and the soldiery, they're respected for what they're doing because like there's a benefit to being part of the empire. Well, the globalist order empire was just so brutal with the mind control. Like, when you're still in it, it's like you just go with whatever. When you snap out of it, and a lot of people have snapped out of it, like, it just is just so ugly, and you just notice like this is mostly detrimental. So just drop the Empire Act and get back to actually being about liberal things and environmental things. And like, wouldn't you liberals actually care to like push the upgrade of the medical system basically away from the old-fashioned medical institutes and like actually going in a direction of standardizing what is now called alternative healthcare? Like, standardizing that more. It's cheaper. Like, yeah, it will take away some of the profitability of the medical market, but it will actually help people. Like, you know what it's supposed to do? Instead of just poisoning everybody, making them dependent. Like, let's focus on that again. Right? And on those damn white supremacist chemtrails. Right, it's getting any attention. That's why I'm bringing it up. Like, chemtrails are getting mainstreamed. And so, it's time to make these kinds of speeches. Right, anyway, I hope everybody's appreciating the show. This first half hour, don't forget to Rogan's it up if you are. Maybe share the show with your liberal friend or girlfriend or something. Maybe they can appreciate this. As in, being an ex-liberal myself. I mean, from a long time ago, though. It's just that certain attitude elements of it, like, they're just not leaving me. Like, I can't be the other way. Or rather, I can be, it's just, it's always going to be something in between. Like, I get the right, but I also get the left. And I tend to lean a lot to actually agreeing with the right, but I still want the liberals to like just find a good purpose, you know. There's plenty of things that require liberal attention. But you gotta stop this corporate top-down system where you just get told what you're supposed to protest. Like, that's gotta end. You gotta become an autonomous thinker again. Stop the collectivism. The collectivism is not doing the left any good. It just makes brown shirts out of all of you. And brown shirts are literally sacrificial pawns. Like, that is how you're being treated. Like, that you're not being sacrificed in situations out there, and like you get all the lawyers and the judges even to your side. That's only because it's specifically rigged like that, so you will be like the excuse for the system to break the will of those that oppose you. So your left is like being used basically like that. It's not helping them. Right? Breaking the will of right-wing people is not good for left-wing people. Because progressivism needs roots, needs the right, needs traditionalism in order to judge, to be able to keep judging what is what. You can't really determine where you're going unless you know where you came from. Let's put this B around. Looking good. There's tons of insects flying into the room and all that. Alright, let's see if I can cool down this computer. Yep. Yeah, the mornings are great, by the way, now. Like, birds, like so many different birds are like singing. Sometimes I even hear like birds that I don't even recognize. All kinds of things come by. It's not just always exactly the same. There's certain types that are like really local and they're always around. But then sometimes you just hear like, what the hell is that? Like some bird just flew by and landed there by happenstance, and then they're singing and it's like, I've never heard that before. So yeah, it's been great. The spring has been great thus far. I hope everybody else is also enjoying their day this Tuesday. Did I actually report the weather already? Did I just completely forget? I don't remember. I could just check it. Alright, so yeah, it is Tuesday the 29th of April 2025, and the temperature is 22 degrees Celsius, really warm, 44% humidity, 3 kilometers an hour wind, very low, and 0% precipitation. And according to the prediction now, Thursday is going to be a clean sunny day again, so maybe they just did a little bit of trailing, and then now they're like, okay, that's enough. Dude, sometimes I think that the actual trailing program is just so experimental, and somebody's like literally behind the lever, just on the run, deciding like, should we do it now? Should we not do it? And they're just trying. They're just like, I'm not sure if we should be doing this, but I guess we're doing this, so I'll just try to do this as responsibly as I can. I think so. I think, because I mean, we're not just getting hammered every day, like, giant trills. No. It's been very moderate. Sometimes there seem to be heavy trail days, but at least it's not just non-stop. Like a decade ago, there were like periods where it was just non-stop. I would like do it for a week straight or more. Like so long that like eventually like you stop looking up because it's just terrible and just you don't even want to know anymore. But it's not been that heavy in the recent few years. And I mean, I have kept track very carefully, literally on this show. So, right. But hopefully chemtrails will soon end or be more officially regulated. Like at least fully declassified and like openness to like what's being done and how that is regulated, and then perhaps the public might have a say in it. Right? Dare me. If they're ready for it yet, if it's developed enough. Right? Because first thing I would say is like, could we just stop using heavy metals entirely? And just, you want some kind of whatever, dust? Then use like silicon. Just use things that would already typically be in nature doing that. And that are not gonna pose an environmental hazard. That are not gonna like destroy the soil. Like that would be my start. Right? And then regulations on like, okay, if you're gonna make it rain, what's the consequences of that for neighboring countries? And then like, how do you balance out how far you should go and like get some kind of legal framework for it with responsibilities. And like, if there's gonna be a certain decision, like say on a farming, very exclusive farming region, like, okay, this has like stricter weather control and there will be like cloud seeding on specific periods that is like programmed ahead of time so everybody can literally build onto that schedule. But then other people might have objections, so then there should be some form of compensation, right? But it's tricky. That's why it's got to be carefully worked out how to balance that properly. Like that will take time. Once you start to like regulate it, it's going to take potentially decades before it actually becomes a system that will be widely acceptable. Like that takes a while. And then at some point, we'll all be very happy about it. Like, yeah, no, we control the weather and like no more cataclysms or less. And like no more unexpected droughts. There's just things we can do now to mitigate whatever weather event might happen. Like that's actually a good thing, I'd say. As long as it can be done in a non-toxic fashion. Alright. Right. But for now, chemtrails are white supremacist. No more white supremacist crosses in the sky. No more white supremacist crosses in the sky. No more white supremacist crosses in the sky. Don't put your white crosses over us. Government, airplanes. Right. Anyway, hope you appreciate the show thus far. I have been inspired. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you were liking it. Controlled by the spiritual realm. Oh god. Yeah, I'm sure you are a spiritual observer. But I mean, that's a cultural matter. Like, you can't make government get involved with spirituality. Hey, Maxed Out Bear, good to see you. Like, separation of state and religion, very important. So that's a cultural matter. It's just up to the people. You just gotta have the knowledge of how the spiritual realm influenced the weather, and then just make people deal with it. Right? Some people say, oh, you can get rid of the chemtrails by boiling vinegar in a bowl outside. Or you use an orgone blaster, like an energy thing in a tube, and you direct it at the sky. That works. Like, there are things we can do, apparently. I mean, I've never personally... I did actually test it, and it did work, but I'm still weirded out by it. Right, so yeah, spiritual realm can always influence your environment. But I mean, that's also just about momentum, because is it because you are strong that everything adapts to you in that sense? Or are you just in that eye of the storm by happenstance and strong because of the position you are in, and it's just kind of meant to be, right? Do we have control over like strength peaks, or are we just riding the wave? And some people know how to stay on top of the wave as long as it lasts, right? It's a matter of perspective. Like, a lot of spiritualists tend to become really egocentric and thinking that however they're feeling is under their control directly, and that they can like control the waves, the swings of the energies. But I don't believe that. I believe that we're actually just subjected to the pattern of energy, to the spirit weave, to the spirit ether, you could say. And then how we respond to it and deal with it determines like what we can do. Right? Manifestation is really just opportunistic in that sense. The energies have to be there, then it works. You can't force it to be there. I mean, you can like optimize whatever you get, but you're still gonna be subjected to up and down waves. Anyway, right. Hello, Maxed Out Bear. Hope you're doing well this Tuesday. I see now what you did. Airplane, cloud, and a white cross. Yeah. But I mean, I called it, did I not? I mean, this is like Owen Benjamin level inspiration, I'd say. This is like a skit. I mean, maybe I'll even like do that. It would be kind of funny to like go to one of these supposed Extinction Rebellion events and just like move in with a sign like, yeah, keep your white supremacist crosses out of my sky. And just like, yeah, man, freaking white supremacist crosses. Let's get rid of them. We need to make that stop. Like, let's see what they would do. Right? And you could be like, oh, the left, oh, they're just gonna be they're gonna be hypocrites, or they're gonna be triggered, and oh, it's so funny, oh, we could laugh about it again. Or you could actually kind of get serious and like, yeah, but I mean, isn't this actually a problem? Are you not worried about like the soil that's getting influenced by these white crosses in the sky? And why are they doing this for so long and not declassifying it? Like, isn't that alone suspicious? Why wouldn't they be just honest about what they're doing for so long? Right? So you could take it in all directions. Let's do it, guys! Activism! A new activism, new journalist activism opportunity. Right, and the time is right for this. I mean, chemtrails are getting, not the geoengineering, persistent aerosol depositing in the sky to block out the sun under guise of geoengineering to stop climate change, right? But I mean, in short, chemtrails, they're getting officially declassified, so now is the time to basically start doing this sort of thing. Right? Give the activists something real to do. Like those activists, instead of them just worrying about pronouns and I don't know, white people driving cars or whatever, like get them onto something real. Anyway. The birds are just bathing in that water until it's all gone. But I mean, I don't blame them with this kind of weather. It is really warm today, so warmer than it was predicted to become. It was supposedly gonna slowly build up to 24, not just suddenly shoot up to 22. But I don't care, it's fine. I mean, this is just how the sun operates now. It's oscillating more. So springtime just has these peak moments, which would formerly be known as spring break exclusively back then, and it get really insanely warm in just a short moment. Now it seems more spread out, several peaks, and like the summer kind of just phases in like that with peaks, and then the peaks become wider until it kind of stays there, and then eventually it kind of like dips down again, goes back up, dips down again, like it does the reverse process at the end of summer in the other direction. But I mean, this is like how it works now, and it seems to actually be good. I think that nature is actually thriving under this new celestial setting, because I do think there is a new celestial setting, but I mean, that's It's nothing to do with the chemtrails or anything. It's just that I think that the way that the celestial output, the sun specifically, how that works, was altered somehow, spiritually. And in the Dark World visions, I seem, but I mean, is that really me? I seem to have something to do with that. Like, I was advising, like, do it like this, it would be better for nature. It will help nature be more dynamic. You can't, like, the more even out the temperature and the weather is throughout the year, the less of a challenge nature gets. It's like, if it has to adapt up and down, not too extreme, not from total winter to total summer, but the more it has to, like, deal with the up and downs, it, like, kind of beefs it up and everything becomes stronger. Like, the resistance of it will make nature stronger. This is what I remember arguing in the Dark World visions 25 years ago. Something. 30 years ago. And I was like, yeah, so are we gonna implement this now? Like, to improve nature and farming. Like, both will thrive enormously. And I think it was done. I think it was altered, and I really started to notice in the early 2000s, like, hey, this is the way the seasons are divided is becoming different. Like, have pre-summers and after summers, and like multiple phase winters with like an in between less cold period, and like it's just all more oscillating, and it has become like that, and it's kind of stayed like that. Right? But yeah, at the same time, chemtrails are not good for the soil. So that seems to be like almost fighting off the benefit that could be gotten from this new celestial setting. Contrails and things based on ambient temperature. Yeah. But I mean, contrails are very easily explained. There is contrails behind certain planes, and then you can see it, and the plane, it flies, it leaves a trail, and then it evaporates at a steady distance. Like, that's contrails. Like, and it completely disappears. There's nothing that's left behind it after that distance. But when it does not completely dissolve like that, it's blatantly not a contrail. Because if the trail is persistent, then it's not condensation. Because it will evaporate at those heights, like immediately. As soon as it's cooled down enough, it just dissolves, evaporates. Right. Right. Anyway, thanks for being here in the chat today. Yesterday, the first hour was just completely void of chat, but today it's nice to have something there. Can I get a Rogan's? Nice. Rogan's it up. Thanks. Maxed out. Yeah, no, like one of the earliest photographing that I was doing in 2006 when I kind of had a good camera was also skies and chemtrails. But I mean, it was just because there was just these deep, deep blue skies that were so beautiful, and then just like this massive scar that would literally just ruin the entire sky. Like they were trailing very low too. Now they tend to like spray when they do it at a higher altitude. But like in the 2000s, like 2006, 2008, they were spraying like much lower. So it would be like really these billowing clouds. And big trails. You could really see them. Like they would actually form shadows when the sun is right behind them. Like they were that big. It was really like scary. And like other people, like they just did not see it. Like they could point at it and they would like, what? They just wouldn't see it. What? Like how can you not see that? They would just like have this thing where they just look past it. They just don't see it. All the time with everybody. And it still kind of is like that now. But less on average. People are more seeing it. They just don't really know what to do with it. No shortage of interesting things if we look up long enough. Yeah, absolutely. Right, I still feel great. I mean, I'm just like relieved and I feel good. Yeah, maybe this is. I tried this little thing, a new little drink. Antioxidant. I think it has microweens in it. Microgreens. So funny. Like, I bought that, and then yesterday Owen Benjamin went after the microween guy. What is it again? I forget his name. The weirdo. But this has like wheatgrass in it, and spirulina too, and barley grass. And I tried it, like, it is pretty good. I mean, I can't like drink this every day because it's too expensive for that. But I mean, it feels like I saw it and it's like, I have to get this. This is how I operate with my health. It's like my intuition just like gets called. It's like I got like a compass specifically for my health. So I just like walk past it and things, and I like walk past that like hundreds of times over the year. And this time was like, there's something here. I don't know what it is, but I have to get it. And so I'm looking like, hey, I don't recognize this. This is the first time I'm seeing that. What is that? Like, yeah. Microgreens. I think I need this. Like right now, in this particular springtime. And I mean, it does feel pretty damn good. Probably combines really well with the sea moss I'm already taking. But yeah, I mean, they are like €2, so I can't do this every day. There's just no way. But occasionally, like especially when it's like these really hot days, just it feels great. Also, might have helped that I had really good dinner yesterday. I had that steak. Very rare that I take that. For just one portion. And I mean, it was very enjoyable. Like, steak does like digest just very, like, I could just feel like my muscles benefit enormously from that. Clouds are alive. They don't want you to know this. Okay, Joseph. Boseph? Okay, I'm sure you're not a troll. I'm back. I don't know why it was on mute. That's weird. Weather's so good out there. It's hard to walk away from. Right. So long. I don't know, because nobody said anything about it. I know, it just slipped on mute somehow. Oh yeah, apparently there's this whole India versus Pakistan thing now going on. China like cozying up with Pakistan and just creating that friction. Switch them. Yeah. But I mean, this Blue Yeti microphone does have like weird issues sometimes where it just mutes itself. It's weird. Could have been also that I don't know, I was sneezing or something and then forgot to unmute. Right, and when nobody tells me, then sometimes I don't pick up on that that's happening, so I don't know. But I have caught it like literally muting itself, like all of a sudden I'm looking and it's blinking, like it's on mute, like what the? Weird gremlins. Right, so yeah. I think I'm gonna round out the show. This is not really a subject. Guess I exhausted the subject that I thought up today. So thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogans it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, GiveSendGo, links are in the description box below. Send me a super chat over at the Rumble live chat or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I will need it. Right, so yeah. Anytime. No, I'm not still muted. I can literally see the mic dancing up and down, so no. Right. I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2276 on a Wednesday. Hope to see you all again then. And enjoy the rest of the day. And until the next video, keep it flat.
Shadows protecting his fellows from sun up to the moon on his back. Send the villains to Hades, a hit with the ladies, a stallion in the sack. You can't get your laugh back when right follows left, Jack. The more you see, the less you know. When others would leak it, his service, his secret, please God, when it's your time to go. Queen and country safe and sound, with villains 6 feet underground, and no one knows, cause no one's found any trace of a man for all seasons. Loves him and leaves him alone, so alone. And you and I wouldn't have a clue who's doing what, why, when and who. Up a creek with no canoe, watch out for the man for all seasons. Loves him and leaves him alone.